Yo, YouTube, what up, y'all? What's up, guys? Hope everybody had a good day today, man. Fellow retainers, shout out to everybody that is on SR, you know what I mean? Holding their life force in, working on themselves and elevating, you know what I mean? As men out here, elevating spiritually, mentally, and physically. As soon as you decide to retain, everything goes up. You know what I mean? I know you guys feel me. Man, I got a topic that I got to air out on here tonight. Um, Something that I've been going through. I'm just going to tell you guys a little story of an instance that happened yesterday. And it's with a buddy of mine. One second. Gotta wet the whistle a little bit before I go in on this shit. Man, you know, what I want to talk about, you guys, is how on your SR journey and as you are, elevating on a spiritual path, you're gonna get people that don't understand. They don't understand what you're doing. First and foremost, there's a lot of people that literally don't even understand semen retention. So when you talk to them about semen retention, it's gonna throw them off, and they're gonna look at you like you're crazy or you're weird or this, that, and the other thing. It could be many different things. You know what I mean? Um, People don't even know like what it is. There's like it's like a buzzword. Like when you say semen to someone, they're like, "Why are we talking about semen right now? Like what? Like, they're just clueless. They don't have any idea that it's for self development purposes, and it's an ancient spiritual practice. So, man, I'm going all over the place because this topic is it's important, and it was kind of an intense experience. But let me get to the point. People are going to try to tell you to not do certain things. They're going to tell you, that you're crazy. They're going to tell you that like your thinking is off. They're going to try to tell you how to live your life, basically. When you go on semen retention and you start elevating, because let me tell you something, guys. Your frequency is going up. You're going spiritually. You guys are going up. Everything is going up. We're tapped in with God. Our mental health is getting better. So anxiety and depression has gone down. So we're operating at a much higher frequency. Our vibration is up. So acting as we're high vibrational dudes out here. We're serious ass guys. When you go on semen retention and you go on a little streak, it starts getting crazy. So you're going to, one, offend people, but two, people are going to try to pull you down, like that crabs in a bucket analogy. You have all the crabs in a bucket, and then when one crab finds a way to escape, the other ones are trying to pull him down because they aren't going to be able to escape. You know what I mean? Whether it be intentionally or like a subconscious thing. But so why I'm bringing this up is because I got into a conversation with one of my close friends yesterday, and we were talking, bro, and just talking, chopping it up, about regular shit, and basically I started telling him that about my job. We just started surface level type stuff, and this is like this used to be like my best friend, okay, since like third grade or something until, I don't know, we were best friends for like 15 years or something like that, and essentially, so I want to say, I love this person, and he's basically like a brother to me. So, we oftentimes we talk to each other, unfiltered, and we let each other have it. You know what I mean? Because we care about each other. So it's one of those type of friends where you can just kind of let it loose. But this is what happened, you guys. So I started telling him basically about my YouTube channel and my podcast that I started. Well, he asked me like what I'm doing, and told him about my job. I work at Dave's Hot Chicken. I'm the cook at Dave's Hot Chicken. You know what I mean? He's like, "Oh, cool, man, cool. Yeah, I bet you're a good cook. All this kind of stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a pretty good cook." You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Oh, I'm proud of you, man." And then I told him about the new stuff that I'm doing, about the YouTube channel and the podcast, about semen retention, self-development, and all this stuff. things that I'm doing on here. You know what I mean? And he immediately had a reaction, and he kind of laughed at me. You know, when I said semen retention, I was like, "So do you know what semen retention is?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, I've been practicing that, and I've been making videos and doing podcasts about it, trying to help people. And he was like, "Okay," and he got like super weirded out, and basically told me, he started putting all this doubt into my mind. He basically said, like, how do you know people are going to want to listen to you? How do you know your voice even means anything? How are you going to market it? Basically, when I told him that, like, this is something that I want to do and I'm passionate about and I like to do it. And because that's my goal, I want to try to expand and teach people about semen retention, teach different guys about techniques to help them rise from spiritual death, you know what I mean? Because, this is a very powerful thing that we can do. It's an ancient spiritual practice, semen retention. So, basically, when I told him this stuff, it's like I triggered his demons, you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on, maybe it was a subconscious thing where he got jealous, or he got, maybe he knew that I had potential and it just triggered something. But he essentially, in a sideways manner, basically said, fuck all that shit. Why don't you just focus on staying in the restaurant industry, learn how to be a good cook, you know what I mean? He basically said, like, pick something practical, that you can learn how to make money fast now, rather than like putting your energy into something that might not work, like the YouTube channel and my podcasts and shit like that, and he basically shot it down, you know what I mean? And he was just like criticizing, basically he tried to say that he wasn't criticizing it, after the fact, after I called him out, I was like, bro, like, I'm sorry, but I'm a new person, you know what I mean? And this is what I like to do, you know what I mean? This is just what I do, If you started retaining, I'm sure you would understand where I'm coming from, but you don't, so you don't really see where I'm at. I tried to explain to him that I think differently than him, and I'm on a different frequency now. And he basically said, "Oh, that's bullshit. You should focus on something more practical." That was his advice, was, try to figure out, if you're going to make a podcast or do, YouTube channel, figure out the details. And he was basically saying that what I was doing wasn't good enough, at the moment, when I literally just started doing this stuff, you guys. So I just started making these videos and my podcast and stuff like that. And I think I'm doing pretty damn good, you know what I mean? I think I'm doing good because people are commenting and, telling me that they like what I have to say, and that's really all that matters. If I like to do it and I'm helping people, that's all that matters. It shouldn't matter what other people say, So it just hit home, you guys, like on a deep level, because this guy was a close friend. I mean, he is a close friend. He is one of my best friends, and he's gonna remain one of my best friends. But it's just crazy to see, because you see it on a lot of different videos, and you see it from a lot of people. Like, when you go on retention, you start to get haters and doubters and people that, they're going to doubt us, because retention puts us into this place where, we're tapped in spiritually, and we're basically manifesting things at a fast pace, and we understand the power of manifestation. When we go on semen retention, this unlocks all types of spiritual stuff, and it makes us elevated spiritually, you know what I mean? And everything improves, you guys. So, people aren't going to understand where we're at, what level we're at. So we have to remember that where these people are at, what frequency. We can't let them try to pull us down and influence us, because, man, for a couple hours after that conversation, I was having all types of bad thoughts and doubts and second guessing myself and all this crazy stuff, man. And I had to talk to a couple people, and then me and my boy Martin made a podcast about it, and now I feel better. Obviously now I'm making this video about it, but it's just crazy, you guys. Let me know, comment below, man, if you guys have any experience with this. people just not understanding where you're at, and your spiritual progression, and they don't understand your vision. So they're just basically going to hate, they're going to try to, they feel entitled, to try to like give their 2 cents and what they think you should be doing, and it's crazy because, it all can be handled easier, if they come at it a little bit differently, come at it with love, and not just all like, you're doing this, I think you should be doing this. This would be better if you do this. And, it's all just like, they literally can't understand where we're at, unless, fellow retainers, you guys understand, what we go through and how we feel, how intense semen retention is, and all this energy coursing through our body, and all this motivation and all these different ideas we come up with. Like, people don't understand how intense retention levels you up, in all these areas. So, man, I imagine it's going to keep happening. This is just a good example because it's like one of my close friends, and it hit home. But people are just going to try to drag you down because they don't understand you. People hate on what they don't understand. Isn't that crazy? So, we got to be careful. We got to be careful. And, basically told him, bro, like, I agree to disagree. You know what I mean? That's what I said. I was like, you got to let me do my thing. You got to let me be me, man, and decide to make my decisions on my own, Basically said, I would rather spend my life figuring out something I'm passionate about and going for it and potentially not making it than settling for something just to, like, make money, and then when I get older, I regret not following my passions, We only have one life, That's my understanding. We only have one life on this planet, So why on earth would I spend that time doing anything other than what I'm passionate about and what I love to do, what I have fun doing, you know what I mean? So it's essentially what I told him, you guys, and that's what we should tell. That's what all you guys should tell people too if you ever have this experience, Don't try to tell me what to do because this is what I love to do. And at the same time, they don't understand where we're at on semen retention. They don't understand what this is like. You have to experience it to understand how intense it is and how it taps you into the spirit realm. And, it's very intense. So, I just made this video to tap in with you guys, fellow retainers, so you guys can hear this story, maybe help me out and talk to me about it, because this is a lonely journey. It can be lonely. Because, one, people don't understand what semen retention is, and they think that we're weird, for even doing this. They don't understand the benefits. They think it's some new age kooky bullshit, like something just placebo, whatever it is, any of these things. And then, when they see us leveling up and trying and doing all these new things, they're going to question, like, what we're doing, because we're doing things that are on a high frequency, and we're going for our dreams. And there's a lot of people in the world who are just settling for something just to pay the bills, when in reality, they wish they were doing something else, Semen retention will unlock this ability for us to find out what we're good at and go for it, you know what I mean? Because we're tapped in with God, and God wants us to do that. God wants us to dream big. He wants us to do the things that we love, you know what I mean? Why would we do anything else? We only have one life on this planet. It's important for us to do the things that we love to do, that we're passionate about. I'm very passionate about that that way of living. Who would want to just waste their life doing something that just half-ass, they don't really like to do just to make money? It's crazy. So, all right, guys, I don't want to keep rambling, but that's really what I wanted to talk about. People are going to pull you down on this journey because they just don't understand your vision, and they don't understand your energy and your frequency. So, all right, guys, much love. If anyone wants to chop it up, respond, leave me a comment, and I hope everybody had a good day, man. Put God first, and stand strong. God bless everybody, and till the next one. All right, guys.